lot of people think, oh, you're in your 30s, testosterone's probably still where it should be. Oftentimes it's not. You know, we have guys at Game Day Men's Health in their 20s that come in.
What do I see when I look into a lion's eye? You tell me.
About times we've gone hypo.
Oh yeah, I'm really bad. Like towards the end of prep, honestly, like no insulin. Like I remember me and Andrew were flying. It was one of the shows, I think Toronto, right? And so I'm like 3 or 2 days out, and like I just ate like not like 2 hours ago or something. I'm sitting in the airport and I just start getting drenched, bro. I'm just sitting there like I literally had to go in the bathroom and like take paper towels and just like wipe myself down. It was, and then like obviously had a meal then. I was like, what is going on? And like there's been a bunch of times with me and Andrew, like a lot of times I'll be a day out from a show or something and like we'll train and like I won't be doing any intro and it'll just be like boom, and he'll be like, okay, we have to have a Gatorade or something. You know what I mean? Like Or one time, like you'll get a kick out of this is like, so nationals. The first time we did nationals was like at Orlando. It was 2020 or 2021 or is that the first time we did at Orlando? Yeah, but you know how big that place is?
Yeah,
dude. So we parked on the opposite side, and like we had to walk like all the way around. And dude, I started going hypo so bad. Like I'm talking about the Orange County Convention Center. I don't know if you guys have been there for Orlando when they had Olympia or Nationals there, but that place is massive, dude. Like so huge. So like if you get lost, like you're literally walking like it felt like 3 miles, and like I'm 1 day out, right? And like just start getting drenched, and he's like, "You just wait here." Like
that place is ridiculously big. If you go in through the wrong entrance, you could be walking for like 20 minutes to get to where you're going.
Dude, it's insane how big it is.
Yeah. I remember one time I went hypo and I was in like the grocery store and I thought I was not going to be able to walk out. I was grabbing stuff off of shelves, opening it and eating it there because I wasn't going to make it. Like I was going to pass out.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a shitty feeling.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Sean?
What up, gents?
How are you guys?
Chris,
How you feeling, Chris?
Huh?
How you feeling?
What's up?
I woke up this morning just sick, and it hasn't been pretty today. And I lost about 8 pounds.
Damn.
You see where it probably came from.
Is it at least just one end?
No, it was 2.
Oh, shit.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, have you guys ever used like a product that has Emotin in it? It's for like blocking cortisol. So I put cortisol.
I've never used anything that has that in there. No.
But it makes you shit so like it's like stomach knots, and I took it today just because like I was in my head and I was like, man, digestion's been a little off. Like I could shit, and it was a mistake. And I've probably been shitting every hour for like 8 hours straight.
It worked.
Mike's gonna have to go off.
Yeah,
that's why your face looks so lean.
Yeah, that's right. I'm dehydrated as shit.
Dude, how was the training session yesterday, Mike? Up in our neck of the woods.
It was good. It was really fun. That was my first time at Spartan, and for a little private gym, it's well equipped, man. It's good. It is. It's super fun. Had a really good session. Felt pretty damn strong, and took some. It's weird because I felt like I finally saw my physique in like good lighting. Like where I take update pictures, my gym has just horrible lighting. And so like getting to see my physique finally in like good lighting, it was like, oh shit, like, nah, this is looking really like in my I was like, this looks good. Like some of those doubts I've been having kind of just went out the window and the confidence jumped up a lot. So that was nice.
Good, man.
Like 4 weeks out now, 5?
Yes, sir. 4 weeks.
That's crunch time, baby.
It is.
62 meals. 62 meals left.
That's it. Yeah.
That's usually where like the magic starts to happen at that 4 week out mark.
It really is. This is like when the glutes are coming in and like everything else is in. It's just for me, it's always like glutes come in last. But for me, I'm ahead of schedule. Like I started seeing my glutes like 5.5 weeks out, which is early for me. So it's been good. I'm excited.
Nice, man. Been practicing your routine?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have. I've actually.
We're not going to see you all over the internet like doing some silly shit now, are you?
No, there's no dancing. There's no gyrating. It was good old fashioned routine.
Oh, God.
I missed out on that. I missed out on that conversation last week, and this is just like reiterated it for this week. I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch?
This is even worse because he's not even in shape.
Yeah.
See, it's tough because on the example from last week, we have a guy that's a professional, IFBB pro,
In shape.
on stage. Then I think this guy was an amateur.
Right.
You know, was he Masters 50? I think is what I read or something.
Yeah.
So he Masters 50. You know, looking like that, doing that. I mean, especially the hand gesture pointing at his dick. Like I thought that was just like disgusting behavior.
Well, like the problem is, like, are we to have one of these every week now? You know, like
That's what I was thinking, because all these people that do this, like everyone's sharing the videos, making fun of them or whatever, and now they're getting a whole bunch of like notoriety from this.
right.
These moves. So I'm worried like someone's going to be doing this crap at every show, thinking like, oh, I'm going to go viral. Like they don't even care about bodybuilding anymore. They just care about getting on stage and doing some bullshit.
People are supporting this shit, and where are the haters? They're saying, well, where are the haters for this guy? Like people are applauding him. It's like, what the fuck?
You know, there's a fine line. Like, you know,
I got it.
like you take Kai Green, like he did routines, but it was artsy. It flowed, and he hit poses beautifully well. You know,
He was also in shape.
yeah, but you know, like I mean, come on, at local and regional shows, there's always like a high probability at least one person that shows up that's like didn't get the memo.
Thinks they're in shape, but they're not really in shape.
Yeah. You know,
What's
but at least the
going
guy
on, Greg?
today hit some poses.
What up, fellas?
What up?
Stupid.
How you
Nick Walker
feeling?
put a post out. That's what we need. We need excitement in bodybuilding. So I literally said on his feed, are you going to be doing that routine at the Olympia?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Imagine
I
if
mean, you know, we live in a society. We live in a society now where everybody has to feel like they're included, and that's just the sad truth about everything. You know, it's like standards are it's okay for standards to be low for people to feel accepted and wanted, instead of just understanding that there's some things you probably just shouldn't fucking do. And now you can't say stuff like that to people. People get offended. I mean, it is what it is. I kind of feel like even us talking about it is giving attention to it, which is like, you know, the sad part about it is that it's another viral thing of somebody doing some goofy shit, and you know, we happen to talk about it. But it's also one of the reasons why people look at bodybuilding as a taboo sport. It's one of the reasons why people look at bodybuilders and, for lack of better words, don't take us serious, don't really understand what goes into everything that we do. So I kind of feel like for us as professionals and high-level amateurs to just kind of like not even acknowledge it, you know what I mean? Because it's, I hate to say it, but it's really beneath the sport.
it is.
You
You
You know,
know,
Doug, you're right, brother. Low carb, you seem like mellow today, man.
what's that?
Is it me? I said low carb, you seem like just even today, man. You okay?
Yeah, today was a long day. Had kickball today, and we unfortunately lost another game. It's so hard to win these kickball games, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating because we're losing games we should be winning. But in kickball, you know, it's like baseball. If you make an error or a mistake, good teams capitalize on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly how kickball is. You make one mistake, and that's one run. So if you make 3 mistakes in an inning, that's 3 runs. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was just 0-0. Now it's 5-0. You're like, what the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, I'm good, though.
Bring in the ringers.
How many weeks already done?
Doug, do you ever find yourself
4.
do you ever find yourself as a coach like getting frustrated? I know it's supposed to be fun, but do you ever just like,
yes, because I hate losing. I mean, and then to be honest with you, like some of these people that, like, you know, these are people that are like, we're all like familiar faces and names. We're all competitive in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? So this is another way for us to be like competitive. Last week we played our best game. We played the best team in the tournament. I mean, in our league, and we tied them 4-4 and lost in a shootout in overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like we're a good team, but it'd be a matter of like today, like 3 mistakes, we lose 3-0. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I can remember each mistake and each score, you know what I'm saying? But it's still trying to just translate it to the ladies, like, you know, when you play sports, you take one play off, Mike, that's that one dude that gets that dunk on you. You like, fuck. Like one play, I just sagged off and he gets that dunk on me. It's like trying to get them to understand, like, you can't take no plays off because it's like soon as you do, ball gets kicked to you. You're not ready. What the fuck?
Stick to bodybuilding, Doug. You go farther.
Oh, you know what though? It's cool pastime. It's cool pastime for me. Like it helps get my mind off of bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I get to do with my wife. So this is our 4th year in the league. You know, my wife's a former athlete, so you know it's cool for my kids to see that my wife ain't just a mom. You know what I'm saying? Like she's also competitive. That's where they get some of their competitive nature from. You know, both former athletes. So you know, and I feel like too, it's like with us with bodybuilding, like. You know, for a lot of Americans, man, we get old and we feel like we're not supposed to do anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can have hobbies outside of your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and whatever that is, you know what I mean? Like, there's no age limit. Now, I'm not gonna put on no football pads and go play no tackle football. You know what I'm saying? But I would play flag. I would do kickball. I would do I would, anything that I feel like I could still play. But I would still keep in mind too, I'm at that age where my body don't move like my mind anymore. Has anybody experienced that before?
Yeah.
Like you're at that age where you're like, I remember when my son beat me in a basketball game and I knew he was about to hit me with this crossover. I'm like, I'm ready, and I wasn't ready. And I was like, yeah, it is over for me. Those days of my body moving with my mind no longer happen. Like father time is real.
I'm just trying to put my socks on, bro.
I can dig it.
Adulthood.
Trust me.
Dougie's body is like on a 5-minute delay with his mind.
100%.
Dougie's lagging out.
Doug and Mike.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, man, go out there and try to play baseball and see if you can still see if you can hit somebody's fastball.
Actually, Easter I played baseball in my backyard and I blasted one like way over the fence. It just kept going. I'm like, I still got it.
You must have been really good at baseball.
I was very good. I was very good. I just got bored with it.
Yeah, that ain't an easy sport. It looks easy on television and shit, but that is not a fucking easy sport.
I tell all my friends now, just like be careful. Just be careful. Like the body just doesn't work the same. Things are gonna go. You're gonna be out of work for months. Sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah, I tell my ladies that like don't get hurt because we all got to go to work on Monday. You know what I'm saying? And your employer don't care if you tore your ACL in a basketball tournament. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to call off or something, but you're going to have to go back to work at some point.
Every Saturday after Thanksgiving for like 15 years, a bunch of my friends from high school back in our hometown we used to call it the Turkey Bowl, and we'd literally play full contact football, like no pads.
I've done that.
We played up until we were 30.
Yeah, I've done that.
And like we started, I stopped playing because I was still in really good shape and I could still run. And like there are people now like breaking shit, getting stitches. We're like, we're not as resilient anymore.
Yeah, what Mike said, I tore my calf trying to race my son in front of Aaron Donald. Because my son was talking shit and Aaron hyping him up. Are you going to let me talk to you like that, dog? I'm like, man, I'll smoke this little 13-year-old fucker. And tore my calf, bro. Let me tell you. I felt it stretch pop. I was like, oh, that ain't supposed to happen. I pulled up right there. And then when my knee down, when it started to get hot, and then I started to feel fluid, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over. Aaron was like, you all right? I said, I'll be all right.
It's not just age, but bodybuilders. I mean, you hear bodybuilders tearing biceps bowling, playing golf just from swinging, like tearing ACLs just from like, slipping or something. It's like we're just way more fragile than the normal person,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
One of the kids that goes to my gym that competes, he took his son to the playground and he was swinging on the monkey bars and tore his pec.
Yeah.
The monkey bars just went right up. I'm like, oh my god!
Can't even play with your kid, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can honestly say every time I've gotten hurt, it's been outside of the gym. It hasn't
same
been
here.
anything
Yeah.
inside of the gym.
I fell down the stairs back in 21 and I completely ruptured my PCL ligament in my left knee.
Yeah, because you're in the gym, you're more hyper focused. Like if you're doing something on the outside, you're not even thinking about it, and that's when the shit happens.
For sure.
Yeah, you remember when Branch Warren fell off that horse in Generation Iron?
Yeah.
I remember watching that. Like, he's too damn big to be falling off a fucking horse.
Bro, he fell off it bad too. Like
he tore his quad. I think he tore his quad in that one.
Yeah, I can't remember, man. But I say that now, bro. Like falling I'll be 42. Falling is so different now for me. It's like, bro, like I pray I don't break nothing, slip a disc. You know what I'm saying? Like falling is a scary. When you're in your 20s and shit, falling is nothing. You hit 40, bro, it's mad different. Shit be looking high. You stepping down steps and shit. Trying to tell you, bro. I'm like, it be real now, cuz.
No, it's a fact. I stopped playing basketball because I fully ruptured my Achilles. Playing 3-on-3. Yeah.
Did it roll up in your calf?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, what did that feel like?
Honestly, it didn't hurt that bad. It was just loud.
Yeah, everybody.
But I mean, the recovery was like I wasn't back to normal for like 7 months. I couldn't.
Did it feel like somebody kicked you? Did you think you got kicked? Wow, everybody. My boy tore his when I tore my MCL and ACL in college. That's what he said. He said he felt like somebody kicked him.
Yeah. It feels like a quick, like big pressure on the back, and then it's just no pain. And that feels like your heel's all the way up in the air, but it's actually like hanging down.
Yeah, I did one doing racquetball. So yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Mike. And Dougie, that's what it is. Like I thought I was killing the guy, and I thought he threw his racket at me. Like snap, and I felt pain, and I looked like, what the fuck? And he still had it in his hand. I was like, oh shit.
I knew what it was immediately. Immediately, I just turned to my boy and I was like, I think I tore my Achilles. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yeah, like just take me to the hospital. Took me. I walked to the truck, got in the truck. He drove me. They did the MRI, and they're like, yeah.
You're different. You're different. You're like Kobe. I'll never forget. So I was never a Kobe fan until that moment. I watched him tear his Achilles, get up, walk to the free throw line, make both of them free throws, and then walk off. I would have cried like a bitch. They had carted me off at the court. You understand? I tear my Achilles, bro. I'm like, I had so much respect for him after that. I'm like, mentally, he's different. Like, how do you tear something like to hear you just say, yeah, but I think I tore my bro, I would have been crying as soon as I felt something snap in my body like that, bro. It would have been over.
Well, I'll tell you, I did get like really emotional, but it was like 3 days later. Because I was like, I thought I was never going to be able to bodybuild again. And this was like a year after my first NPC show. And I was like, I ruined it. Like bodybuilding is over. And that's really what, like, I was really down for like a week there before surgery. Because I thought, I didn't know any better. I just thought, like you tear your Achilles, like you can't train your leg anymore,
Yeah, and that's a very common injury nowadays. I remember when I was a kid, that was something that rarely happened.
Yeah.
That's interesting how it's becoming more frequent.
I wonder if it's like an overtraining thing in sports now because everybody has trainers and, if it's...
That's a good question, man. I mean, wear and tear on the body is definitely a thing, man, which is why I kind of take a different approach with bodybuilding because, like when I tore my calf, bro, I still trained, but I couldn't really obviously train my lower body like I wanted to until it healed up. It didn't require any surgery or anything, so I just had to just let it heal. But when you tear a muscle, bro, that shit is fucking terrible.
Yep, for sure. So do you guys want to? I know Luke had all the ideas. He's supposed to be here. I don't know where the fuck Luke's at.
Shocker. He'll be late, shocker.
Man, Luke is eating probably
It's eighth meal of the day.
Yeah, Luke is definitely somewhere eating. I mean, other than the antics, what's his name? Rubio is going to the O.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How did you guys think he looked? Do you think that he looked any different? It was just a different lineup?
I'll let somebody else.
But there's a lot of hype, like him going to Olympia now getting compared to like some of these top guys, and I don't think he's there yet. The biggest thing for me is like he got a little sharper, but he still got to bring the backside, like his hamstrings, his glutes, his back development overall. Like his side shots are amazing, but his back hamstring could use a little bit more. You know what I mean? Thickness to it. You know what I mean? If I will, like hamstring, you know. And like his front double, like if he could bring his arms are obviously big, but he's so big that it's like if he could bring up his front double, that'll help him. You know, shit like that.
How much does he weigh? Do you know, Nate?
He was like 295. I think I did the math. He was like 105 kilograms or something like 295 or something.
295 on stage?
Yeah. At least that's what they reported. Yeah.
So he's just as big as Samson then.
Yeah.
He's just put together a little bit differently.
Yeah, most definitely. Samson's more aesthetically pleasing. Like,
definitely.
His build, he's just if he nails his conditioning, I feel like he can go on a run.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the only thing for him is conditioning. You would not lose because somebody's bigger than you.
Right.
You will lose because you're not as sharp as you need to be.
I don't want to take anything away from Rubio. He's fantastic. He's a freak. I just don't like, and I know it's for social media, but I hate after there's 2 wins in a row and everybody jumps on this train of like, he can beat Nick Walker. He can beat Samson. He can let's chill for a second. Like,
you know, that gets the media buzzing, that gets the conversations going, the clicks, the views. You know what I'm saying? One thing I know in bodybuilding culture, you got to pay your dues too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got
his ass whipped last year.
Yeah, and I highly doubt that, you know, anybody makes a huge jump, like just straight into the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be fun to watch because there's going to be so many fucking names there. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of, and it's going to be, you know, who shows up. I think Rubio will probably, I think he'll do well. I mean, I don't know what you would expect. You know what I'm saying?
Talked about before. It's like, who did you beat? I mean, he beat a Nathan that's older and I don't think as good as he used to be personally, and a Bruno who is he's all right. I mean, he's good, but like he's not a top 10 guy.
Yeah, you gotta look at the lineup at the end of the day of who he beat in those 2 shows, and honestly, just like Nate said, it's not like you look at the lineups and it's not that impressive.
That's what I said.
He did get qualified, and he won. He did get qualified. He won the show. I have respect for that, but like you also have to look at who's in the lineup at the end of the day.
Yeah, you know, we're not trying to take anything away from Rubio either because he can't control who shows up. Like he thinks his best package has been improving, and he was rewarded for it. You know, but then when you sit there and you can't, I don't know how anyone with common sense could look at those last 2 lineups and just be like, okay, he can crack the top 4 and beat like Nick or anything like that.
No.
You know, that was like a long time ago when that dude Alexander Fedorov was like hitting the scene, and they were like, "Oh, he's gonna beat Ronnie," and then like they weren't even like the same league at all.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, and this is just how I feel like it's gonna be. There's gonna be 3 automatically, and then it's gonna be everybody else after that. How that lineup is gonna go, I'm not sure because Nick wasn't in last year's Olympia. Hunter's out this year. Who else?
And Hottie's a big question mark too, brother. If Hottie's not there, Nick can sweep right in.
So, and that would be my only. If Hottie shows up, we know who the top 3 are going to be. If he doesn't,
yeah,
that
Nick,
opens up the door. That opens up the door. You know what I'm saying? For somebody else, but I mean, shit, he looks good. He does look good, but you can just tell he just needs a little bit more maturity and just, you know,
he needs
some
muscle. He needs a little bit more muscle in the right places.
Yeah, he still got some room. His legs, he don't need to grow his legs anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think he needs to train his legs ever again.
he don't need them things. Don't need to grow no more. You know what I'm saying? But as far as other spaces, I feel like, and what I would work on with him is creating separation in his quads better. Like, in my opinion, that he gets separation in them quads. That can be dangerous. But when they just look blocky like that,
I think it's the same. It's the same issue with Samson and Rubiel. Like, Samson doesn't need to get any bigger. He just needs to keep nailing his conditioning. And then it's going to be game over. Yeah. It'd be game over if this dude nails his conditioning and then fills out the gaps in his physique to match the lower half.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot to ask. It's not easy. It took Samson how many years to even get to that level? You know what I mean? It took him 5-6 years? Yeah. Well,
I was about to say he's been a pro now for almost a decade.
Yeah. I mean, like he was even at the Boston Pro. Nate, what was he, like 6th, 5th, 6th?
He's like 3rd or 4th, I think.
Was he? Okay.
4th maybe.
But he was losing a Bonac and Justin Rodriguez, and those are guys that he's smoking now. It's not even close.
Yeah.
So it just shows how far he's come. So if Rubiel can stay on the course, he's got no problem, being in that top 3 in like 2 to 4 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, that's what bodybuilding is about. How long can you do this shit? Because Nate, like you in off season right now. You know what I'm saying? And like this is one of the reasons why I hate whenever people do antics and that dance and shit. Because a lot of people just don't understand that what we do is for 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're eating your food and you're off season and you're uncomfortable as fuck, barely can put your fucking socks on, eating that food. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have those questions sometimes. It's like, how much longer can I do this shit for? You know what I'm saying? And then when you're the top fucking guy, the top 2, top 3 guys, that pressure's on you like that, like I don't think that people really understand how mentally taxing bodybuilding is, let alone you stressing your body physically every fucking day, whether you're in your off season or you're in your fucking prep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like to be able to, like, how can Rubio sustain what he's doing for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or is he going to be somebody who's here for 3 years and then we never hear from him again, like a lot of people?
That's the thing too, like you said, is like he already showed, like, I don't know how much he like loves bodybuilding, before he was sort of like missing shows and stuff like that. And is it something that he's mentally going to be able to sort of tap into and stay in tune with? Like you said, it's easy to get burnt out on the shit, man. Like you were just saying, dude, like every day I'm like, all right, I gotta do this another day. Like I want to do a mini cut. Like I want to take some weight. You know what I mean? But you talk yourself into it. And same with prep when you're dying, you're like, I know we've all been there where you're like deep in prep and you're like, why am I doing this to myself?
Facts.
I just want to do this right now. But you have to tell, it's like that 1% wins, you know what I'm saying? Where you're like a battle back and forth with your voices. You're like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this because I want to be great at this. I want to keep doing this because I want to show myself like how far I can take this. You know what I mean? Does he have that mental sort of capacity, you know what I mean, to like push himself to, like, this has probably come so easy to him at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe the suffering to get to that extra conditioning to be a top 5 Olympian, does he have that voice,
Yeah. You know what's interesting, when I hear Cutler talk about every time he lost to Ronnie, how hard it was to come back, because you're losing to one guy essentially. You know what I'm saying? Just one fucking guy. You're beating every fucking body else, but this one fucking person. And some people don't have the mental toughness to say, you know what? I'm going to come back next year and I'm going to be better and I'm going to get this motherfucker. I might not get him next year. It might not be till the following fucking year, but I'm going to keep fucking doing it. And I don't think that people understand, to me, that's the most important part of this sport. You're going to have your ups, your downs. In my opinion, you're going to lose more than you win, unless you're one of those top guys from the time you stepped on a fucking stage to the time you retire. But I don't think that everybody realizes that everybody's not one of those guys. A lot of people have to grind and work their way to a position and then be able to maintain it and get better every year. And that is fucking difficult when you got real life shit, personal shit, family shit. It's like you say, there's been so many times I've been out and my daughter be like, Dad, I can't wait till you can eat like regular people again. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, most people don't realize what we put ourselves through by choice, because none of us has to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us have to do it. But it's like, for me, I always tell people, bodybuilding, if I don't continue this, I will be extremely overweight. I've learned how to control my food portions. I've learned how to pay attention to my sodium levels, how much liquid I'm drinking per day. Like, there are so many things that I've picked up on that I never paid attention to prior to me getting into bodybuilding. You know what I mean? So I don't plan on doing this. Just like, even when I'm done competing, I may not eat the same amount of food, but I'm going to eat the same weight pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of, Nate, how's being above 300?
Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's like I was saying, it's like that fight of like the internal voices is like, especially you see everyone else prepping too right now. It's like, it's like, damn, like, I want to be doing that. But no, it's just a lot of energy. You just slug it all day. I don't really get out much, honestly. I'm like a hermit right now because it's so hot. Like the worst on floor at 300 pounds.
I was gonna say Florida's backfiring on you right now, bro.
Bruh, I could only imagine. It's like, I feel you when you say like putting your socks on is a fucking task. You know what I'm saying? Like bending over to fucking. I remember that my heaviest like making life decisions. Like, I really don't need socks right now. Like, I could just slide my fucking shoes on.
I went out shopping for Velcro shoes once.
No, I'll wear slides or Crocs. If you see me in some fucking Velcro shoes, slap me.
This was before Crocs even existed, brother. This was like back in like 2012, 2013.
I wear slides, man.
I like my Crocs. I wear those more often. I wear them in the rain. I don't care.
Yes.
The question is, when is the last time you put on socks, Nate? That's the big question. When's the last time you wore socks?
Well, unfortunately, I got to go train, so I'm not. I got to wear socks with shoes. No, I'm not that type of guy. I think that's disgusting on my feet, but you got to stretch it out a little bit to get them on.
Man,
the old man claws. You ever see the old man claws? Did you pull them up?
Yeah.
I want to ask Nate if you have any sort of like sock putting on device that has helped you.
You know how they got?
Yeah, it's called Amanda when she visits. It's called Amanda when she comes to visit.
Y'all funny as hell.
But no,
it'd be cool.
Training feels amazing. In the gym.
You know how TLC got that show, My 600-Pound Life? Oh, yeah. You should start a show, My 300-Pound Life.
Facts.
And to get all the bodybuilders that's 300 pounds and up in the off season and follow you guys around.
Man, I'm watching.
Yeah,
show people how.
While you guys are walking around, someone has to be like falling behind you with like a trombone or like a tuba going. Boom, 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 boom.
Gotta have good episode. Gotta have good music. Man. That shit would be crazy, man. But what's funny though is you purposely were trying to get to 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like most people that would be on My 600-Pound Life, they wasn't trying to do that on purpose. They just lacked some kind of mental capacity to stop that shit when it got to a certain point. But you know, I mean, because most people don't realize that too. Like for a lot of bodybuilders, hitting 300 pounds is a goal. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember hearing Ronnie talking about it, and he said, I think in his film, he talked about he knew he was that heavy. The one time he walked up his steps, and he said it just felt different. You know what I'm saying? Like carrying not much weight. You know, but it's like in order for you to keep growing, that's what you got to do. You know, that's that sacrifice. You know, the part of bodybuilding that really isn't fun because it's a job. You know, as much as you eat, the amount of food you eat. You know what I mean? That's why I know when people say goofy shit, you're like, man, I can't eat 3 times a day. You look at them like, that's why you look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at 3 meals by noon. Fuck is you talking about? Like, there's no way I could not fucking eat at least 4 meals a fucking day. Like, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, we sort of force ourselves to add up new adaptation, right? So, like, even right now, like, I hit 300, like, on my birthday, which is June 20th, and now I'm just, like, holding 305, like, even in the morning, which is pretty crazy. I'm even blown away, but, like, it's not as bad as it was, you know what I'm saying, like, June 20th. This is, like, that new adaptation that my body is now I'm accustomed to, and it's like the longer I feel like I hold this, the more my body's going to be able to like hold that. You know what I'm saying?
How's the training been at like that weight?
Honestly, it's been awesome. Luckily, for some reason, it's weird because like I think about it like this is like I said, it's hard to put on my socks, but I can like squat full range of motion. Isn't that weird how that works? Like I can like full range of motion, but like bending down and touch my toes is like, what the hell? Like,
if you train back or something, Nate, do you have a hard time wiping your ass at all?
Oh, dude. I mean, it gets more limited and more limited where I'm like, am I going to be able to like reach sooner? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm going to get. I'm just going to buy one of those like bidets, just like pressure wash your asshole.
No, you're not wrong. Like, especially sometimes when I'm like super tight, it'll be like I feel like my back's could like cramp up from like trying to like, you know what I mean, like reach around.
Yeah.
But no, like, pumps are crazy right now. Like I feel like whatever I do is like my whole body's like feels like it's pumped all the time. You know what I mean? Oh, there it is.
I know that feeling, Nate. That's a good feeling.
There's my training partner. That's 30 minutes later.
What up? Yeah.
You always know when Luke jumps up, you hear the clanging of the bowl, the spoon in the bowl, the spoon in the bowl.
I have to, bro.
Sean, I know you had a question about training. You want to?
Yeah, I was just curious. Okay, so for my own knowledge here, just how often are you training abs? And do you guys do abs with weight, or you kind of just do without weight? Because I hear a lot of different stories on weight and non-weighted when it comes to training abs.
I mean, I train them at least 3-4 days a week, a combination of no weights and weights. I used to be fat and chubby, so I'm still continuing to add muscle around my abs, primarily my serratus as well, too, to try to like, you know, define that a little bit more. But I mean, you know, I don't go crazy with the weighted ab exercises either. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want my waist to be blocky.
Yep.
But I think it's just a combination of like how you put your training together. I think training abs in the off season is good. It can help keep your midsection down as best you can, and then it just helps for that conditioning part when I get into prep. I remember a couple years ago, I didn't train abs in my off season, and when I started training them during prep, I was catching mad cramps, and then I couldn't really train my abs like that because I wasn't training them in the off season. So I just train them 3-4 days a week.
I get vicious ab cramps, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'll train them now. I'll do like minimal work, like every other day. I'll do like 2 to 3 sets of either a leg raise or like a cable crunch. But that's pretty much it. I've always had I have pretty blocky abs naturally, so I don't really need to like work on like chiseling them out or anything. I just want to keep them there, and I don't want to fucking cramp every time I contract them. So it's kind of just like maintenance work. But yeah, that's usually what I'll do.
Go ahead, Nate.
I was gonna say I just train them in prep, and the reason why I do that, like I always have good abs. So like I don't really need to like train them to like develop abs, but like for me, it gets a better mind muscle connection. So like for me, I sometimes have like a little bit of double gut. So like when I train my abs, it pretty much creates a better mind muscle connection to keep my waist flat to like have more of that. You're in tune with the abdominal region. So I think that does help a lot of guys. So like if guys have trouble keeping their waist flat, training abs can actually help because it's going to help them develop. Like you're not using your muscle down there if you're not training your abs, you know. So like
it helps. It helps too with like posing. Like when you hit quarter turns or side tricep, things like that. Well, you really got to crunch down on your abs and hold it.
Right.
That's where I will notice it the most, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
I think planks are completely underrated. They're so fucking underrated, and 3 to 4 times a week, I'm still doing them in the off season.
I love decline sit-ups. Yeah.
I'm with Luke. I pretty much do leg raises and cable crunches, but I'm doing them like once every 3 weeks at best.
Yeah.
Genetically, I was I was getting good abs. I've had them since I was 10. I trained abs a lot.
So you don't hold body fat. So you don't hold your body fat around your midsection.
Not around
See,
my
that's
abs,
also
not at all. Even
so
in the
that's
off
also
season,
something that people should know too, because everybody holds their body fat in different places. It's like for me, I hate it, but I hold my body fat in my lower back and my midsection. My legs, my fucking arms will be lean, but my midsection and my lower back and my ass. Pause.
What's weird about me is like I'll have full blown love handles, but it doesn't really matter how fat I get. I'll still have some sort of like abs.
Yeah, me too.
So like I'm kind of both. Like I'll store fat in my midsection, but you can still see my abs even if I'm a fat piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do we want to talk about some front runners for North Americans and USAs?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
some
that is coming up.
Yeah.
What you call it? USA's is first, right?
I think it's USA. Yeah.
USA, that's the one like two weeks, I think.
Oh yeah, because it's always the end of July.
Yeah.
Have any of you been to Vegas in the end of July?
Yeah.
I have once.
Dude. It's literally 110 degrees.
Yeah, it's hot.
Like hot.
Let me tell you.
Have
I was there with my coach a couple years ago. I'll never forget. He was like, "We're gonna go to the gym and train around 1 o'clock." So I'm like, "All right." Swear to God. Soon I walked outside, instant sweat. I said, "Oh, I'll go later. Y'all go ahead." I went back in the fucking house because I knew if the outside felt like that, I didn't want to feel what the car felt like. Well, I say when the sun go down, I'll go to the gym. I'm not fucking with that heat. That shit was different.
Oh yeah, it feels like an oven. Like the door is open. And like, like it's a dry heat. It's like, bro, it's 110 degrees out though. Like it doesn't matter. Like
I like
USA's is a cool show. What hotel is it in this year? Anybody know?
Last year when I did it, they moved it to LA.
I was gonna say it was in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
Oh, word? They moved it to LA.
Yeah, it was
But
LA.
I think it's back in Vegas this year.
Shit.
I think it's back in Vegas this year.
That's
Is this one still? Is this still? Are they still doing the 2-day show?
No, they switched it to 1 day. Thank God.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They should look into changing the format for these shows too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him. Tom Cordone's working with him, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
The backside's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. I can't believe he's still an amateur.
Man,
I haven't even heard of this guy before.
Me either. I
Me
haven't
neither.
heard of him either.
He's been around for a minute.
That's what I've been hearing. So he must have had some really productive off seasons like the last couple of years to look like this.
He won the overall at Junior Nationals in 2023, but like Junior Nationals, nobody really shows up anymore. That's the video right there. That top left, that's from Junior Nationals.
Yeah, play it. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
It looks like he's gotten a lot bigger since then.
Yeah, he's filled out the legs. I don't know what the back looks like, obviously, but shit.
I mean, his back in that one picture looked ridiculous.
Oh, here we go.
See if you can find some stage shots of him.
Find some stage shots.
Yeah, I think he must have won. He must have won a show recently to qualify for USA.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah. What's this? This is on July 4th.
Jesus.
So he'll be going up against Elliot, right? Elliot's doing
Oh,
USA.
so Elliot's
Elliot might have-
finally
I heard it.
competing?
No, I heard he might not. I don't.
What?
I'm not going to put my name on that, but I heard he might not be.
I don't get it with him. I really don't. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Do you think
Don't-
this is a tech?
Don't take my word for it 100%, but I don't think he's doing it.
But you think he's going to do North Americans instead?
No, he wouldn't do North Americans because he has a client in it, and I think he wants to. I don't think he would do that. But I'm actually like, that's another guy I wanted to bring up. There's a guy that I've been posing with who's pretty nasty. I don't know if you guys know him.
Bro, this guy's a freak.
He's Elliot's client, and
He's a
a
freak.
little mini stuff. Crazy.
What's his name, Nate?
Hatham.
Hatham, yeah.
I don't know his name.
Tham.
This one of those dudes that like. This is one of those dudes that like. He was just put on this earth to build muscle, bro. Like he just builds muscle without even trying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's a freak.
Who?
This guy Hatham. He's about to pull up.
How do you
You know how to
spell it?
spell it?
No, how do you spell it?
Haytham. Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Yep, there he is, right there.
Yeah. He doesn't really post much, honestly. I don't know what he has up, but
I love
I don't
that.
even have anything.
Is he competing?
Bro,
He's
he doesn't
doing
even have anything. He's like,
Oh, he had something right there. Look at that. Look at that. No. Go back down.
bro, he
Oh,
literally
he's trying to
like
do
this
tag
time.
pictures.
Go back down right there.
Nate, I'm sure you got
What the-
pictures of him, right?
yeah, I'm sending them.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
let Nate send you pictures of this dude, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, send you something to the group chat.
He's like a second coming of Hassan.
Yeah, it's crazy how much he looks like. Actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make it bigger.
I don't know if you can.
Oh, I've seen some pictures of this guy somewhere. I don't know where though.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
probably
I
on
don't know how
Nate's,
to make it
Nate's
bigger.
story.
Yeah.
It might have been Nate's story. I think this guy was tagging. I think like Elliot in the same pictures
Yeah.
too.
Elliot's his
Yeah.
coach. And Nate does his posing.
Yeah.
Nate, how tall is he, do you think?
5'8", 5'8".
Okay.
Like 250 right there, 245.
Wow.
Nice.
Like he doesn't have any weaknesses too. He just pretty much just has to get in contest shape. You know what I mean?
He's a Tampa boy?
He lives in Fort Myers actually.
Yeah, okay.
He comes up and drives and poses with me.
Guys, I'm just looking at 87 pro cards at the USA's given out.
Should we talk
I
about that?
mean, that's what this sport has become. You
Um,
know?
And you know who else is doing North Americans is Sid Rye, my buddy. You guys know
Oh,
Sid, right?
Sid's doing that show. Nice.
Yeah.
Does
He'll
Sid
be in the
have
running.
any
He'll be in the
updates?
running for that one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I send you 3 more pictures too of that dude that were more recent. But
Okay.
and then you know Beatty's doing it, right? USA.
Beatty's doing it.
Yes,
There's a dude
Beatty
in
is doing it.
Texas. My buddy Pete Harton.
Oh yeah, Pete Harden.
Oh yeah, Pete looks good. He just won that Texas show. Not
He
that
won
long
Branch's
ago.
show. He looks pretty good.
Yeah. Is he a heavyweight or super?
He's a super. He's a big dude. He's like 6
Yeah.
foot.
All right, yeah, that's right. I
Yeah,
talked to
TX. Yeah, right there.
He's doing USA's or North Americans?
USA's.
yeah, he looks really good.
He's tall. He's like I said. He's like 6 foot, and he's like probably like in the 250s, 260s there. I don't know if it says his weight.
Okay.
Yeah, 253.
250. Yeah, 252 right there.
Yeah, he's just not going to do well against shorter guys.
Yeah, that'd be the problem.
That's the only thing that sucks.
But
when you're
on
tall
stage, like
that.
if you go to his
You never
shots,
know, though.
if you go to his shots from like the branch that he won the overall at, because he's tall, he takes up a lot of space, bro.
He does look better on his stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, scroll down. Yeah, Mike, try scrolling down and see if he's got any.
That's his stage shots there.
Yeah,
Yeah, right there. On the right, look at that. That looks nasty.
Yeah,
It's filtered and shit, but like he still looks good.
Yeah, that's solid.
That is solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard being a tall guy, bro. We'll see what happens.
I used to
Hey,
wish
it's
I
hard
was
being
tall.
a short guy too. I can't reach shit.
You guys ever heard of Big Ferg?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I talk to Big Ferg all the time.
He's
So he's still like 300 pounds right now.
Yeah, he looks nuts. He's doing North Americans.
He's a really nice dude. He works with Blue too.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah,
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'll pull him up.
I bet you that dude looks crazy big in person.
And then I don't know if he wants me to say anything, but I'm pretty sure Chris Fine's doing North Americans.
I think he might have put that out there a while ago though. No?
Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't know how how he is.
I don't know. I don't really know him. But
Yeah, I was talking to Chris actually 2 days ago about buying pans during prep because he bought some new pans and he was asking recommendations. But he didn't tell me what show he was doing, but he did say, yeah, I'm in prep right now. These are those random prep buys. I'm like, I get it. So I know he's in prep for something. That's for sure.
And who's this?
Baby's doing it.
Baby's like every year, bro.
And he's a super.
Yeah.
This might be the best he's ever looked.
How tall?
It is the best. It is the best he's ever looked.
Yeah.
His problem is just he got to go so low to get in shape that he starts to lose like the impressive parts of his physique.
Is he still with?
Would you say?
5'11"? He's 5'11".
He's like my size, yeah.
Yeah, is he still with Compton?
I think so.
I think he's he might be. I think he might be doing like his own prep and kind of bouncing it off of him. I don't really know.
Where's he from?
LA.
I never seen him before.
Originally New York, but he's out in LA.
I've never seen him before.
Yeah, he's got a popular podcast with him and Stu and a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He is. I have seen him on that before.
Fit Nation.
He's a good dude.
It's a good podcast.
Yeah.
He looks good.
He looks good.
Yeah, he does.
It's definitely the best he's ever looked. That's for sure.
His thing is like he'll fade a little bit the last couple of weeks when he's like trying to finish it off. So I'm hoping he holds it this year.
He had hair for a while like yours, Dougie. He had some big locks going on. He cut them off recently.
Yeah, he looks good.
All right, we said Chris is doing it too.
Yeah,
he's doing North American.
Chris Fine.
Yeah, he got fourth when I got second. When Carlos that year at North Nationals, he was really good there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that's
right there on the right hand. Yeah, look at that national picture.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was a good lineup. Justin two on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stacked supers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like he come in sharp. He'll be good. I've been working with him on his posing. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, his thing is just getting that backside. His glutes like conditioned enough to get by. He has enough muscle and in good shape. He thinks he sucks. It's funny. Like when I talk to him, I'm like, bro, you're good.
I have to talk him. I think that's just that champion mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He looks solid.
Yeah, he's great.
He looks really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me in the corner down there.
Yeah.
He's not super tall either. Wasn't he like 5'8"?
No, I think he's about 5'8", 5'9".
Like he's big.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's been doing really well with his
surgeries.
poses. Yeah, he's had a lot of surgeries.
Yeah.
He's strong
he
as hell.
trains, he's strong as fuck. He just, he's somebody who loves bodybuilding, bro. Like when I tell you he loves bodybuilding, man. I've gotten the pleasure of getting to know him over the past couple months working with him with his posing, man. I really feel like, he can get his pro card, man. He's just, you come in correct.
He's been around for a minute too.
Yeah. So, it's been an honor and a pleasure working with him. And I thought he was a pro when I first seen him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was somebody I thought was a pro, and then I got to meet him, and we got to talking, man. So, hopefully he's able to seal the deal this year with that pro card, because that's what everybody be fighting for, man. I swear I like to just let everybody know when I can how difficult that thing is to get. We'll say stuff like they're handing out 87 pro cards, but at the end of the day,
it ain't that easy.
Also,
that's also because those shows are a lot bigger. You have sometimes like 60 people in a fucking class.
Yeah, and that's 87 across every single category.
Division.
So you
It's
got to
different
figure
getting your
if there's like 60. If there's 60 men's physique competitors, and the classes go up to like class H. That's a bunch of
levels
right there.
You do your pro card in supers or heavies, that's a different level than all of the classes.
Very true.
Look at this kid.
You just have to put your body through so much more hell to get to that level.
Oh, yeah.
I got a question for you. I was talking to Nate about this the other day. Do you think that like when you get a pro card in a like let's say you get a men's physique pro card, a classic physique pro card, do you think that you should have to get a pro card for whatever like category you're doing, or do you think it should be universal?
I think it should be universal, just because like you compete in a class, you continue to improve, and all of a sudden you grow, you get big, and you grow out of the class. You can't do it. What are you supposed to go back down to the amateurs to get a pro card now in a different class?
Well, like this is what I see a lot.
I never thought about it like that.
I see this a lot. I see guys go to like junior nationals or junior USAs or some shows like this, and they'll cross over. They'll do men's physique and they'll do classic, and they really want to be a classic guy, but they'll get 6th or 7th place in classic, and they'll get 1st or 2nd in men's physique. Now they're a pro, and now they're saying they're IFBB classic physique pro because they're going to compete as a classic guy in the pro ranks. And that's where I'm like, dude, if you turned pro like a month ago and you're saying you're a classic pro, because you can, I guess, there were 6 amateurs at that show alone that are better than you.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's happening in bodybuilding reverse with classic. So some of these guys, just like Bumstead, he won in super heavies, won his pro card, and then turned back around, and then because he couldn't make the weight in classic as an amateur, and then he came back down as a pro in classic physique, and now he had that extra 10 pounds to now he doesn't have to fuck around with the weight.
The classic physique pro division, the weight cap is higher.
It's 10 to 12 pounds higher.
I would say that's more in like the lesser divisions, like the lightweights and the middleweights. Like most of these guys that are classic, but they're not going to beat guys in the heavies and supers. Chris Bumstead was like an anomaly, right? Like he won a heavyweight, like 6-foot guy. But 6 foot, there's no 6-foot heavyweights winning classes. You know what I mean? Besides C-Bum, So like, but like the lightweights, I do that a lot, and like you'll see it at nationals, guys will turn pro in a bantamweight, lightweight, middleweight, and then they'll go do classic. You know what I'm saying? Like as a pro. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Chris's explanation was pretty interesting because I never thought about it like that. Because I mean, people do bounce around. Like I didn't even know Brett Wilkin did a couple of 212 shows when he switched from classic and he wanted to go into open. You know what I'm saying? So within his time of being a pro, he went from classic to 212 into the open. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like I get where you're coming from, Luke. You know what I'm saying? But even at the end of the day, you still got to earn your stripes even when you switch divisions. Because look at Mike Summerfield. You know what I'm saying? Mike Summerfield, if I'm not mistaken, he was a 212 guy too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the cream always rises to the top, right? But like, I don't know. I just find it. Maybe it's because I'm petty and because I'm trying to turn pro as an open dude and there's these little physique guys running around. Maybe that's why it's pissing me off.
So part of the conversation me and Luke had is like to touch on and go on further of what he's sort of talking about is like it's annoying because those guys we just pulled up, dude, those dudes aren't pro, but they're better than like 60% of the pros out there.
That's my point. That's
frustrating when like sort of like the group conversation we had when we're talking about like, oh, this guy's pro or whatever. It's like Luke walked into MI40 with me. The guy comes up to him and it's like, oh, you guys are pros, right? Like he thought Luke was a pro because he looks like one walking around. But then you got some elite guy, or you got, you know what I mean, got some schmo card, and they're like, would never know the dude's a pro unless you put IPG pro on his jacket, right?
Yeah. That's my
point. Like that's I think where he's coming from. Because like when I was an amateur, I felt the same way because I'm like getting second and third, and I'm like, dude, I look better than like most of these like pros.
Yeah,
it was a little frustrating.
Yeah.
No, I understand that.
But is it the guy's fault though that on the day of that show they give him a card? Because like Sam Sulek got a shit ton of hate because he just happened to be the best. He's not. That's you know what I'm saying?
If he flew to Ireland, then it's just his fault.
No, but you know what I mean.
No, but that to me,
wheels.
that to me is different because like I felt like when everyone was shitting on Sam, dude, Sam's a good kid, bro. He picked the Arnold Amateur. It just so happened that nobody fucking showed up. That's not his fault. And Sam's not even one. Like, that kid's not going to go online and boast about IFBB Pro this, IFBB Pro that. So it doesn't really – It's these people that, like, get a second-place pro card at Junior USA's in men's physique that can't even speak a sentence without telling someone they're an IFBB Pro. Like, those are the people that piss me off.
You know what's fun? I find it more honorable when you don't talk about it. Like you said, Nate, people just know.
Yeah.
Like, people just say, oh, you're a pro bodybuilder. They don't even – They don't even say like, "Oh, you're a body," like that speaks for itself. Like you're right. You shouldn't have to tell people you're a bodybuilder. People should see you're a bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? That's facts.
You realize bodybuilding is the only sport that's done. It's not like Tom Brady goes, "Hey, pro football player," Mike Piazza, "Hey, pro catcher for the New York Mets." You know,
exactly. It's like these guys are changing their fucking Instagram handles before they can even get off stage, bro.
That's a fact.
Like,
I can't lie. I did the same shit. I did the same shit. I did the same shit.
Pizza first, bro. Chill.
Time out. Fucking okay. So if Luke wins the Olympia Amateur, we're gonna fucking put this shit on a timer. We're putting this shit on a timer,
bro. It's going in my bio. Don't get me wrong, 100%. But I'm gonna go eat a slice of pizza before it does, bro.
I ain't looking at Instagram much at all after when I get a win. I'm gonna just be enjoying that experience right then and there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll get to that like the next couple of days, and then I'll I'll let people know.
Because I'll tell you, nothing
changes. Should not be that.
Nothing fucking changes. Them same bills keep.
You're just at the bottom.
That same fucking card note. Or don't shit change.
You're back at the bottom of the barrel too.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, you still ain't shit in real life. Like, nobody gives a fuck in the real world.
Nobody gives a fuck. That's why it is cool when people recognize it. You don't got to tell them. Because to be honest with you, most people don't really give a fuck. You know,
Luke, you're gonna be walking around the gym with the card underneath you for every workout. What?
Not wrong.
Luke turns pro. He'll find a magazine with him on the cover if they still do that. He'll go and buy like 20 of the same copy and be like, he'll go through the checkout. I'm like, hey, that's me right there. I'm a pro. I'm a professional. That's me.
Hey, did you guys?
I get the IFBB tattoo on my arm, bro.
No, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
The IFBB should do like a rite of passage. Like when you turn pro, like you have to go into this weird back room and they take like a hot brand and they just brand you like right on the back. Like, this is earned.
Nope, I want no parts of that.
Yes, I can say, Doug. No. That's a little too. That's a little. I don't know.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No sir.
He did that before in history.
Yeah, no sir. Hey, but did y'all see Keon?
What's up?
Did y'all see Keon?
Oh yeah.
Bro, the amount of times I watched that video, bro.
I always ask him. I be wondering how much better you can get, and you just do it again.
At this point, you can say that this is. I mean, we'll see at the Olympia, like for real. But like, this is one of the best physiques that's ever walked planet Earth. Period.
Yeah.
Bro,
did you see him propose the People's Champ Award? I like that idea. You know what I'm saying? Let them battle down at the end for the people's choice. People pick who has the better
212 and open
out of the open and the 212 guy. Like Arnold and Franco used to do back in the day.
Right.
You know
I love that, man.
Yeah, bro, it's for shits and giggles.
It doesn't make fucking sense how somebody could have a waist like that on small of a frame and that much muscle.
And he's not even in shape.
Bro, it doesn't even make sense.
This is why this is the videos that should go viral. You understand what I'm saying? Not some fucking unconditioned amateur fucking bodybuilder.
Did y'all talk about that?
Shit.
This is fucking stupid.
Unfortunately,
13 weeks out.
Talk about that cornball shit. But why is this not going viral? You understand what I'm saying?
Bro,
because
why is
people
this?
want to just post dumb shit because the dumb shit is what gets all the
Like,
engagement.
look at that. Look at his waist. It don't even look like it's fucking there.
Bro, that don't make sense. Like this
13 weeks
shit.
out.
Does this motivate anybody? Serious question.
And what does it motivate anybody, man? I'm 4 weeks out. You fucking right. This shit motivated me.
This shit makes me want to fucking quit, bro. This shit is so.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing to Nate last night. I'm like, dude, this makes me. I'm like, I'm creeping up on 270, and this just makes me want to fucking quit right away.
Bro, if like this motherfucker can
Did you
look,
see that?
yes, dude, and he's also like a he's a world class poser too. Like this pose is crazy, bro.
Guys, is anybody going to touch him? I mean, let's be realistic. Is anybody going to fucking touch him at the O?
No.
It's him and everybody else.
He could arguably win the Open this year if he
Yes. That's why I think he proposed the People's Choice Award. I think that would be something dope. It would bring more eyes to the sport. And I don't know if they may give an award or some money for that shit, but I think that would be cool. They keep wanting to add these new fucking categories. Next is going to be fit dad bod and shit. It's like, why do you keep adding categories and just spice up the regular entertainment in some kind of way? Like, it's a competition at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Just because the people like Keon better than whoever wins the Open doesn't make anybody less of a bodybuilder or anything like that, because even the Open guys can pose too. I actually like Derek's posing routine at I like Derek's posing routine at the Arnold. I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
I say fuck it. Let him cross over.
Dude, imagine if he won both in the same year.
Bro,
let him cross over.
I think he's going to be the second true champion. I'm saying it here right now.
He will. He will.
I think he'll be the second true champion.
Bro, it's just a matter of when he wants to do it. It doesn't. This guy got the best physique on the planet, hands down. It's not even close. He probably has the best physique, if not top 2 or 3 ever.
Ever. I agree with that. I agree.
Like, it's like him, Phil, and Ronnie right now. Like, that's it.
Yep.
I mean, I agree, man.
I think aesthetically, he's
aesthetically better than both of them. He is, but it's the fact that he's like, 5'4" or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah, it's like God made him and said, "You're a bodybuilder. Like, you are a bodybuilder."
For sure.
And like you say, he's also a world-class poser. So he's not just a robotic, bulky piece of muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's artsy, he's crafty, he can entertain. You know what I'm saying? He's got a good personality. He's not a dick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not an asshole. He's a real genuine person.
He's actually a really nice guy, bro. Yeah. I met him in Dallas.
And that's my guy, bro. Like, I just appreciate him being a genuine person, because I met some people in this industry and they're not like that. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute they fuck with you, 1 minute they don't. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, like, I don't even know you like that, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's somebody who's a very cool
nice person.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was in prep last year, like, he would message me multiple times a week, like, "Hey, how's prep going? How's everything going?" He's in prep for the Olympia, you know, and he just loves the sport of bodybuilding. Yeah. And, you know, I've talked to him before, and like, he just doesn't put any limits on himself. He just does this for the sheer enjoyment of it, because he just wants to push himself to the best he can possibly be.
Bro,
he just keeps, like, I don't know, like, some of the people that are watching is like, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but like, once you're at like a certain level and you're doing it for a while, like, you're doing it for a while, like, it takes a lot of effort to continue to progress. You know, like from Nate, like even just Nate for being like a couple of years ago, like how you progress now to where you're at, like that's very hard to do unless you're, you got to be like really just mentally.
I think the thing, like I said, like, I mean, there was a couple of years ago, whenever Keon, I think he won Chicago, and then he pulled out of the Olympia with like mental health stuff or whatever. I think like he was going down a bad path, and he had that one Olympia where he got like 3rd call-outs.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then I think he found his girl. I think he found Patrick, in Vegas, and everything just like clicked.
Started clicking.
And it just
for the
unlocked
most
this
part,
next level. Because I do think earlier on in his career, because he is so genetically gifted, I don't know this for a fact, but I have a good feeling that he was probably cutting some corners because he could get away with it. And then I think
I wouldn't say that. I know personally he had people around him he didn't need around him.
Okay,
that's
maybe
what
that's
I think, Dougie. I just think
he
didn't have
had people around him. Because think about it, man. Like some people will suck you fucking dry and leave you hanging. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not really into you, the person. You know what I'm saying? They're into whatever you could provide. Some people are opportunists. You know what I'm saying? And when you're a genuine person, it's easy for opportunists to slide in because you genuinely like everybody. That's why I say for me, I don't have no gray area. If I fuck with you, you will know. If I don't, you will know. I want you to know both ways because I don't ever want that to be misconstrued. You know, and sometimes when you're a genuine person, people can slide in and weasel you and you know, you just have some, you know, we've all experienced it at some point. You just got some bad people around you and you got to get them away from you. You know what I'm saying? And once you're able to do that, you separate yourself from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And it's been cool to watch because I remember he took a lot of flack for that. You know what I'm saying? And people was like, you know, saying like, oh, you know, because I do get it. Not everybody gets to go to the Olympia every year. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, everybody's got to walk their own path. You know what I'm saying? And look at that. He went from that to now potentially becoming a 3-time 212 champion and arguably becoming one of the greatest bodybuilders we've ever known. And had he not taken the time for that, we might not never heard of him, man. Like, let's keep it 100. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I do like that we talk about these things, man, because not everybody understands the other side of bodybuilding, man. The pressure sometimes. You know, some people have taken their lives, some people have done things and put their lives at jeopardy at the risk of winning. Like some people want to win so bad, and it happens in every sport. I don't give a fuck if it's tennis, if it's golf. Every professional athlete is trying to figure out the best way to do whatever they can to win and be on top. And that can be very, very stressful, and it can be detrimental to a lot of people. You know, we all have people who aren't here anymore because of that, man. So, you know, I feel like people like, and then he wasn't shy about it. He talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of people just stay quiet about certain things. They're not transparent about certain things in their life, you know. So I feel like that's what makes his story even more dope, because at that time, before any of this happened, a lot of people was giving him flack for it. You know what I'm saying?
He's really also, especially then, bro, he was a fucking kid. He's like in his 20s still. That was like 4 years ago. So dude was probably like 25 years old at the time.
Other people were giving him shit too that time because they were saying when you were saying talk about transparency, Doug. You know, people are like, oh, he wasn't being transparent. It's like, you know what? Like your own personal life isn't for everyone else's knowledge on social media. Nor do they have the right to just have you at their beck and call and be like, hey, what happened? You know what I mean?
I think also it's a good learning for people that like feel everybody gets better in their 30s, right? You reach a point of mental maturity and emotional maturity, which I personally didn't have in my 20s.
Facts, me either.
I think I excelled more in my 30s with bodybuilding because you start to figure out life and like how to fucking maneuver through life. And I mean, there are exceptions, right? Like look at Luke. Look at how far Luke has come already. He's in his 20s. But I'd say the majority of people don't really get shit figured out till they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
So if you're a young 20-year-old, like take your
I
fucking
couldn't
time.
have did this in my 20s. I can tell you right now. There's no way I'd have been a pro bodybuilder in my 20s. I don't even remember my 20s. My 20s was a blur. I swear to God, until I started to have health scares, bro, I don't remember. I couldn't tell you what I did for none of my birthdays in my 20s.
That's facts.
Straight up.
My mindset was a lot later. Like I didn't start hitting my stride until like my late 30s, because in my early 30s I just wasn't competing because I just didn't have a good circle around me, to be honest. You know.
If
Same.
you
It wasn't
guys,
until I met Ashland was when I was just like, okay, I'm doing this again. Like having
I
that,
know,
like unless you're just single, like by yourself or whatever. Like if you're in a relationship and you have like that one, you know, boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife that really supports you, it makes those preps go so much better, especially when they understand.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us played sports and did other activities prior to bodybuilding, maybe like in our, late teens, early 20s. If let's say if we had known where those things were going to pan out, do you guys think you would have started bodybuilding earlier? Like, because I know I didn't start till I was 23, but that's because basketball was life.
I would
But
have
if I had
definitely been
known,
lifting weights in my 20s for
yeah,
sure. I would have
Yeah.
been working out for
If
sure.
I had the mindset I had now in my early 20s, I would have started much earlier for sure.
yeah,
I wouldn't have competed because I consider myself a patient person. And even when I got into bodybuilding, I didn't just decide to do a show and then do a show in 4 months. Like I literally gave myself a whole year to eat a certain way and train a certain way. And then I did a 20-week prep. You know what I'm saying? And that was with no knowledge of bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I know I can't just think I could just go jump on stage. Like I knew I had to go through the process. You know what I'm saying? So and I listened to one of the first people you guys know. I remember watching a lot of videos on Seth, and Seth was forced on stage. Like he had been bodybuilding all through college, like never competed, but just was bodybuilding. Then he finally, everybody's like, "What the fuck are you waiting for?" He's like, "I don't know if I'm ready," and everybody's like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Like some people just understand that bodybuilding is a sport of patience. You know what I'm saying? And had I knew then what I know now, I would have been lifting weights in my 20s for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I would have just knew that I wanted to compete one day, but I would give myself some time. I just told a young competitor, man, the stage ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going
Yeah.
on in his life. And, he's like, I don't know if this is for me. I'm like, look, you don't got to stop the whole lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You keep eating your food, keep training. The stage is always going to be there. The stage ain't
yeah,
going nowhere. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
It's hard. It's hard for me to say because I kind of started going all in when I was 20. I just didn't know what I was doing, so I was young. I didn't do my first open show until I was 23. So like I would love to have known, obviously you got to go through like the trials, tribulations, and shit and learn your way. But like I would have loved to actually know what the fuck I was doing when I started. But like before that, I probably wouldn't have started any earlier. 20 still young, and I feel like a lot of times I've said this before, but when you see a lot of these like phenom freak kids that are like 20 years old and damn near pros, they didn't have enough life. They didn't live enough beforehand to know like that they're not missing out on shit, right? Like I partied for years, whatever. I did my thing as a dumb kid. I played other sports, whatever. I lived life as not a bodybuilder to know that like this is what I want to do. So now when I'm like sacrificing and missing out on normal people shit, I don't feel like, or if I lose a show, I'm not like, oh, what am I doing this for? I'm missing out on all these things because I know that this is what I want to do. And I'm not missing out on shit on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Where like so many times these kids that get into it at like 15, 16 years old, by the time they're 25, they're done because
they quit.
they're like, oh my God, I missed out on all these years of doing regular
I know
kid
somebody
shit.
like that, and he just coaches now. He was so close
Yeah.
to getting his pro card.
Yeah.
And just the year before he could have got it, he said, fuck it, and just stopped. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, you put in damn near a whole decade. But I
Yeah,
mean,
bro.
you're right, Luke. You're so right.
You gotta live. You gotta live a
I
little.
knew I knew I wanted to compete, but when I first started lifting, I was only 120 pounds. So I never wanted to be like a bantamweight or a lightweight bodybuilder or something like that. Like when I got on stage, I had a vision in my head of what I was supposed to look like, and I competed. I was natural for 10 years, and it wasn't until I finally I finally looked at myself one time. I'm like, okay, I'm acceptable. Like I'm okay with this size now, and I'll be all right. You know what I mean? I just want to feel comfortable with how I looked before I just jumped in and did something.
So did you do it? Did you start doing it then for like literally just to be like more confident in the way you look, or did you want to compete from the beginning?
I knew I wanted to be a bodybuilder when I was 8 years old, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like that was like I literally told my dad when I was 8 years old, like I'm going to be a bodybuilder one day. And I always had that thought in the back of my mind, and I'm like, okay, like I noticed like at a young, like even when I was a teenager, when I saw a lot of these guys, like I noticed a lot of them were like in their late 30s and stuff like that. They were competing, that were doing really well. I'm like, okay, I have a lot of time. So I enjoyed like my teenage years, my early 20s and stuff like that. I did a whole bunch of fun stuff, with all my friends and going out. But it was also because I was still focused on still trying to get bigger and, coming up from 120 pounds, like I had to put a lot of size on over years, especially when I was natural. But I mean, I always
used to think. Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was always my end goal, was to compete. I just wanted to have a certain look that I was comfortable with. So I didn't get into it for attention or to change my look. I got into it just because I loved training hard and pushing myself.
Yeah. I used to think bodybuilding was so gay.
Me too.
So gay. Like when I was like a teenager, my younger brother actually was like, he was more into it before me. Like he was kind of following like Jay leading into Phil, whatever. And he would kind of show me this shit, and I was like, this shit's gay as hell, bro. Because at the time, when I first joined the gym, I joined a CrossFit gym when I was like 15. So I was doing like kettlebell swings and kipping pull-ups, and I thought I was the fucking man. And I was like shitting on him because I was like, bro, these guys aren't even functional, bro. And fucking 10 years later,
now Luke's like almost 300 pounds, eating like 7,000 calories.
Oh, that's real though.
10 years later, I can't even tie my fucking shoes, bro.
You got to remember, most of us and most people are ignorant to the sport. I used to say that to my dad. When I was in college, my dad used to be like, man, you should think about bodybuilding. I used to be like, bro, I'm not putting on a thong and standing in front of strangers so they could evaluate my body. Like I used to say that shit to my pops. You know what I'm saying? But we don't understand the sport until we're educated on it. That's why one of my favorite movies is Generation Iron. That was the first movie that gave me some exposure. I was familiar with Ronnie, Jay, Sean. Like I knew of all the popular bodybuilders, but I never knew nothing about them until I got into bodybuilding and I learned about how important the nutrition is. That's another thing bodybuilding for me was really taught me how important nutrition is. I was severely under eating and doing mad cardio. Like I didn't understand that food is actually way more beneficial, especially when you're eating a proper food. So it took for me to believe in nutrition in order for me to, get the body that I wanted. Like Luke, you asked Chris, like I did a bodybuilding competition because I never had abs. I wanted abs and I was obsessed with getting abs. And I knew I had to do something I never did before in order to get abs, because most people don't understand you have them. You just got to get rid of all that fucking body fat. And are you willing to do that? Most people know the fuck you're not. That's why I tell people abs are overrated. When I got them, I'm hungry as fuck all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So, don't get me wrong, they're cool, but at the same time, I knew I needed to do something different in order to be able to make that happen. And then when I did my first bodybuilding show, I had fun doing it. It was a challenge to me. So that's how I still look at bodybuilding, is every bodybuilding prep and every off season is a challenge to grow, and then a challenge to cut body fat, see how much different my body looks every year. I look better at 41 than I did at 31, for damn sure at the age of 26 and 27. You know what I'm saying? And I want to keep that trend going for as long as I can.
Same here, Dougie. I got in the best shape of my life when I turned 40.
When you were starting off and coming up, like from OCB to the beginning of NPC, what was your end vision at that time? Was it just to get better every time, or were you like, because I know for me it was kind of like, let's see how far I can take this eventually, but I wasn't necessarily sharing that with anybody.
Yeah.
What was your vision?
Well, no, so when I did OCB, honestly, I just did it like not really expecting much. Like when I got into bodybuilding, it was just because I was in the gym. I was coming off addiction. So like my past in like 20s, like way different from you guys. Like I was in prison at 20 years old. So my whole, whatever that was and now is like completely different. Like I can't even believe that's me. and who I am now. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
crazy. Like, so, but like what happened was, you know, I just started going to the gym because like I was just coming off my addiction, stuff like that, and recovery. And I started feeling really good, and I just responded pretty well, obviously, you know. I have genetic sport. So people were coming up to me being like, you know, you should compete, whatever. Like people thought I was on shit when I wasn't, you know. So those signs that like you might do well at it, right? So I just did my first OCB show just as like, hey, I want to do a bodybuilding show. Not really thinking much of it. You know, let's see what this is like. You know, and honestly, I fell in love with the suffering because like I think probably because I'm that addict mind, it was like sort of addicting to like see how far I could take it. Like how hungry can I be? Like how much can I push my body? Like how uncomfortable can I feel? You know what I mean? Which is a lot of people, like the champions, I feel like that's the tool that a lot of champions have, you know, in the sport. But like when I did my first show, I got second out of like, you know, 12 guys. And I was like, oh, you know, I could be pretty good at this thing. And at that point I was like, you know, still on the, I'm going to be all natural, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, I did the second TV show with you. And, you know, at that point I was like, knew I could be pretty decent, I guess. So I was like, okay, I'm ready to like test the waters and like go over the dark side. Right. So, but like, I never really like had a lot of belief in myself, if I'm being honest with you. So like, you know, when you hear some of these guys, they're like, you know, Sean Clarito, like, oh, I know I'm going to be Mr. Olympia, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, I would never guess I would be 300 pounds. I would never guess I would be a pro at 250. I remember when I was like, just got on here, I was like, oh, I would love to be 200 pounds on stage shredded.
That's
like,
crazy. So you were small.
Yeah, I started out.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I saw
that
some
y'all
pictures
did
of me. He was
OCB.
tiny.
Y'all did OCB shows. See, you know, it's funny, man, because I was just like you two, Nate, because people used to say I was on gear when I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what gear was. I swear to God, I didn't even know people called it fucking gear. You know what I'm saying? But I never did a natural show, honestly, because I felt like it wouldn't have been a challenge because people were saying that to me. Like, felt like everybody thought I was already taking steroids anyway, so I didn't feel it necessary to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then in my first show, I took second. But to see like Mike, Nate, and Chris, you all did. Brenda, did you do OCB too?
Dude, I started naturally in men's physique at 34 years old. And I'm not even kidding you. Ask Mike and Nate both know it. I did 13 shows as a men's physique competitor. I was 170 pounds.
Oh, wow.
No
That's
joke.
Crazy.
So since just like Nate was talking, like you make that choice to go to the dark side, and ever since then, you know, unless you have that killer mentality and you want to be, you know, I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's ass right now, but Nate has truly inspired me from the second I've known him. And he's inspired me to move. Like I was in that men's physique natural organization, and it's just like looking at it, and then I'm looking at Nate and I'm like, all of a sudden it just like a light bulb went off on my head, and I'm like, fuck it. Let's see how far I can take this. You know what I mean? Like
that was me.
And then Nate was actually the one. I was prepping for the Cutler for classic physique, and Nate's like, dude, buy bodybuilding trunks. Like, I think you have a shot at winning it. And I ended up winning the fucking heavyweights because he convinced me 3 weeks out that I had a shot. And ever since then, I've just had that fucking killer mentality, and I've put on 90 pounds since, you know, transforming over 4 years ago.
Did I ever
talk about the men's physique show I did on here?
No, you did men's physique?
Bro, my first ever show was 2017. I was 19 years old, and I did the Muscle Beach Championships in New Jersey. I did men's physique. I took 5th place out of 5 teenage guys, and I didn't even place in the novice. Bro, I thought, because I was at University of Miami, I was in a fraternity. I had a 6-pack at the time, so I thought I was jacked because everybody else there was fucking, you know, beer belly degenerates. And so I just saw this shit on YouTube. I didn't know what it was. I saw like Steve Cook and them doing it. So I was like, I'm going to do one of these fucking things. Bro, I like, if it fixed your macros, dieted myself to 160 pounds. I looked like garbage, bro. And I got absolutely smacked. But the dude who won the overall at that show was Nick Walker.
Oh, you did that year. Okay.
Yes. So I walked in this high school in New Jersey with my mom. I didn't know shit about tanning. I didn't know nothing, bro. Me and my
so
mom
you
walked
showed
in
up
this,
with no tan too?
No,
Oh,
I got tanned, but like I wore all white clothes because I didn't know I was supposed to get tanned. So my clothes were jacked up. Bro, I walk in this high school in the middle of New Jersey with my mom, and Nick Walker, who was coached by Jeff Long at the time, and Jeff was still big, just strut right past me and my mom. And I looked at her and I said, what the fuck did I sign up for? I wanted to get out of there so bad. But if I never did that show, bro, I just like I sat backstage and like I said, Jeff was there, Nick was there, he won the overall. Freddie Smalls guest post, he was still massive at the time. There were a bunch of other pros there. And then a bunch of just like the heavyweights and supers that were competing. And I was just like watching them like carb up, like pose, like all this shit. And I was like, yo, I want to fucking do this shit. And then when I left that show, I literally went home. I got out a fucking notepad and I wrote out a diet. I started studying steroids, everything. Yeah. And then I was like, I grew for like whatever. I took like 3.5 years off. And then when I was 23 was when I competed again at Connecticut and Open. And I took second in the light heavies to the guy that won the overall, and I won the novice overall. But yeah, nobody knows. But you can find the pictures; they're brutal, bro.
Yeah, I'm
exposing myself right now. They're so bad.
Pull them up and put them in
crazy.
I will. I'll put them up in post production.
I'm like 120 pounds heavier than that now.
Yo, Mike, put it in the fucking clip for Instagram.
No, so bad.
You know, dude, my first NPC show was the 2009 NPC Northern Cup, right? And that was my first NPC show. I was still natural. I only took ephedra, like actually ephedra alkaloids, which is why I didn't do any natural shows. And I'm backstage, and like Brendan Doherty was back there, who Nate knows. That guy Tom Hurd was competing, and Brendan was helping him out. This kid named Brett Azar was competing in the show, who literally he was Arnold's body double in the Dark Fate movie. He's like an actor now. And then this guy named Tim Dowling, who's the owner of Bayshore.
Oh yeah.
So I'm backstage, and my friends help me. I'm like everyone takes their clothes off, and like Tom Hurd was like see-through. Brett was huge, and then like I'm looking at all these people, and I'm like looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I looked at my friend. I go, I think these guys are all on steroids. and Brendan Doherty looks at me, and goes, "Wait, you're not?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Dude, we're all on." And then I'm like looking around. I'm like, and I looked at my friend. I go, "I'm gonna get fucked up today, I think." I end up winning the light heavyweight class. I was at like the bottom end of the light heavyweight class, with like 182 pounds or something.
I don't even think I bothered carving up. I think I just walked out there and got smacked around and went home. Like, I didn't even care. I was just so checked out. And
I didn't know nothing about carving up my first show either.
It was actually funny because I remember I was backstage when the Open guys were out there, and there was some old dude next to me. He had to be like late 50s, almost 60 years old, but he was doing men's too. And he was like lined up next to me, and he pointed to Nick. And he said, that kid, because Nick was like 23 at the time. And he was like, that kid's gonna win Mr. Olympia one day. And I was like, no, he's not. And now this fucking dude's like in the running for the whole thing. It's crazy.
I feel like everything was weirdly progression. Like my first show, it was like I had no wants to turn pro. I was like, all right, let's fucking place good. And then second, like I remember there was a point where I was like, I never want to be 300 pounds. Like if I could just be like 270-ish, maybe like that would be max. And it's just like every year, like it ups the ante a little bit. And now I'm like, oh yeah, 300, no doubt, like 300 for sure next year. But it was, I don't think I ever had like that grandiose idea when I was like really, really trying to come up through amateur ranks. Like I'm gonna be a pro. Like it was like, I don't fucking know if I could ever be that good, but it was just like slow progressions every year till you get that confidence and you're like, I think I can hang, like at least that's what it was like for me.
Yeah,
I'm still not.
I remember when I did the Cutler, And granted, I won the overall, but I went in there. I was like, I wanted to just place top 5 because I knew the Cutler was like a good ass show. You know what I mean? But that's like my mindset was always like, I wanted when I went to my first national show, I just want to make first call up. Like some of these dudes go in there, I want to win my pro card, I want to place first. I never been that dude, honestly, but like it never stopped me from progressing either. Like I think sometimes people get it like mixed up. Like you gotta have confidence in this and that, but it's like, dude, as long as you believe in yourself and you do what you're supposed to do and push yourself to the limits, the same outcome is gonna happen. You know
I think we're all probably pretty similar in that, like in that aspect, because even now, like, dude, when I started, I never thought about being a pro. It was just like, yo, I don't want to embarrass myself again, kind of thing.
Right.
And then the confidence comes from, like, at least for me, y'all could probably speak to yourself, but like my ability to do the work, right? And my ability to like not fall off when life gets hard and shit happens. Like I'm always going to be on my shit, and that's going to lead to progression. So like that's how I know that like every time I compete, granted any like, you know, knock on wood, anything serious, every time I compete, that's going to be the best that I've been, but the worst I'll ever be. So I just keep getting better every time. And I know that if I made a first call at a national show, okay, now I want top 3. Okay, now I'm top 3. Now I want a pro card. Okay, now I'm doing a pro show. Now I just don't want to embarrass myself again, right? And then it just keeps progressing that way.
It's sort of similar to like what you were saying. Is like for me, every year I hold myself accountable. It's like I got to be better than the previous year.
Yes.
You know, so for me, that's why I've done like boom, boom, boom. I just keep getting better, is because I hold like I can't be the same. Like that's not an option. You know what
And
I mean?
I can then it gives me the confidence to be like, okay, if I looked like that and this was the outcome, and I know I'm better than that, then I know the outcome theoretically. I mean, granted, bodybuilding's weird like that, but theoretically, the outcome should be better, right? So that's where the comment, because bro, none of us. I mean, at least for me, like I said, I have no idea how I look. I'm the worst judge of how I look. We all probably feel that way. So like, I can't take a look at myself and be able to evaluate my physique next to fucking other people. I see garbage, and then I see everyone else better than me. So like, I just know
I'm the same way. I
don't
never like the way I look.
Yeah. So if I know that I'm better than I was, and last time I was a top 5 guy, then this time I've got to be better than that theoretically.
Yeah, there's times where I'm like, I feel like I look good, but ultimately, I always see my flaws and where I need to get better at.
Oh, always.
Thanks.
Always.
Well, it's been hour 40, boys, and I'm hungry.
Yes, sir. Me too.
One.
Swear to God, I just was envisioning cooking in my chicken and my steak just now. Swear to God.
I'm hungry. I'm fucking hungry.
You guys have a good night.
Yes.
You guys as well. Take care.
fellas.
Please.